YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host TKK and we are back with another video, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in to tonight's video. We have a versus coming up tonight. We're going to be looking at two premium monitors from two different companies, both displays made by Samsung Displays. On the left, we got the 2023 Samsung Neo G8. This was the world's first consumer high-end grade 4K at 240 hertz monitor. This thing has high dynamic range and it's a mini LED panel. It's a great option. A lot of features. We've covered some content on the channel last year with it. On the right, we've got the 2024 Alienware. This monitor is the very first 4K 240 hertz QD-OLED panel. So again, left 2023, right 2024. Both these panels are curved and, as I said, are manufactured by Samsung Displays. There are, of course, two different display technologies. Now, at this point, these are very much so about the highest end monitors you can look to get from both options. The monitor on the left retailed at $1,500. You can get this thing on sale now. I've seen for as low as $1,000, which is pretty good. I've had this thing from last year. And then the one on the right comes in at a very strong value at $1,200. Guys, I just wanted to set you up for the expectation. We're going to have some timestamps. Feel free to use them down below. If you have some requests for games, maybe we can make some more content coming at a later time. That's what the comment section is for. Let's have some engagement. We're going to get it going right after this intro. All right, welcome back to the channel. We're going to start off just taking a look at both of these turned on with nothing showing. Now, I know that the intro might have been a little bit misleading with it looking like you can see right through the QD-OLED on the right, whereas to the mini LED on the left looked like it was totally black. It is now turned off. When it is turned on and there's nothing showing, you will see that backlight system, okay? Can that be turned down? Absolutely. There's a lot of different zones on the monitor on the left, which again is a mini LED. It's a QD-OLED on the right. Left monitor does have a more matte finish. It's going to fight light very well. Can hardly see anything. And for those of you that seen my monitor coverage at CES, I got an opportunity to look at the G8 Neo from 2024 that's not out yet. From Samsung Displays. It is flat, but it is absolutely a matte finish just like that. This is your gloss over here. And a lot of people feel as if that's going to be a good showing from a picture quality perspective. Now, when there's nothing on, there's of course this purplish looking tint to it. I don't find it to be a problem because once you actually get content on there, that thing looks so black and so fluid. But there is going to be some reflection as to be expected with glossy or even semi-glossy screens. You're going to have that. So this is just a look in the talking point with these things being turned off. All right, moving past that, let's talk about the source material, okay? When you hear things like 4K at 240 hertz, you know good and well that it's not possible with consoles. These are very PC-centric monitors. However, they both do support full HDMI 2.1. So for you Xbox Series X owners, for you PlayStation 5 owners, you have no issue with unlocking what you need to get out of these monitors. However, this is a gaming PC, and as such, we're going to talk a little bit about the specs, okay? RTX 4090 is the graphics card. 13900 i9 is the processor, okay? So it's a 13900K to be specific. We got some RAM in there. It's pretty loaded for me to get virtually max settings. The best of the best that I can get is my claim to fame. Now, this graphics card does support display ports. It does have 3 with 1 HDMI. So we are going to be sending a display port connection to each of these monitors, and then we'll go to Windows. We'll tell Windows to turn HDR on for these video comparisons, and then we will duplicate them. And we'll have our talking points based around that. But I thought that showing the source material would be very important for this comparison. All right, let's talk about it, man. Default settings on both. Not sure how the camera's going to be able to articulate the two. They both do have high dynamic range. The monitor on the right, the Alienware, the QD-OLED, actually has Dolby Vision as an option. It's not an option on any of the Samsung TVs or monitors. You know, Samsung doesn't buy into that. That's a whole different type of thing. You can subscribe if you're into that. I'm into buying a lot of TVs, but the color pop's nice on both of them. This is a 4K equivalent screensaver Ryu from Street Fighter 4 Ultra. This is like cover work. Definitely much more depth to the color volume. These are out of the box settings. These monitors have both been, I've had reset hit on both of these just to make sure that they were good, and they are set to be duplicate, right? So 240 hertz on both of them. From the sweet spot, you got a pretty good picture out of both of them. Again, default out of the box. Those colors are just hitting really hard. Now, guys, listen, it's, I think, virtually impossible for any camera to be able to keep up with both. But there is more vibrancy here from the QD-OLED. And another thing that you're going to get from that versus on the left with the mini LED is that consistency. When you go to an angle on these LEDs, listen, they all fall short. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. The same picture we were seeing in the middle is not the same as you're going to see at an angle. Okay, your colors are going to start to look more washed out. Now you can adjust the local dimming on the Samsung, but again, this is out of the box, and this is generally what you get when you're dealing with LEDs that don't have, you know, great processing. Not that I'm taking anything from the G8, but this is just the reality. You're going to have a more consistent level of detail and photorealism and consistency from your color saturation with an OLED, much less a QD-OLED, which, you know, takes it to another level beyond the white OLEDs. Okay, so yeah, pictures at an angle is just going to look a lot better, even though both of these are curved. Now the curve is designed to give you a more immersive experience if you're sitting in the center, which if you're playing with a monitor like this, that's what you want to do. I personally have no complaints with the Neo G8. However, the QD-OLED is obviously a better look. All right, we're going to start off with some Destiny, and immediately I can see so much more detail on the right. So much more detail. So just taking a look right here, there's so much more color and it looks more purposeful. One would almost lead you to believe that the blacks are better on the left screen, but there are a ton of different symbols in this opening sequence right here, this opening scene right here with Destiny. The white's definitely brighter and more pure on the left. Those LEDs are definitely kicking through in the center at least. Everything else though, I mean, you can't even see all of the same content, right? So some of the things that are most noticeable, when you focus right here, this symbol right here, this shape, you almost can't even see that as being existent on the left option. Okay, hopefully you can pinpoint that out. And just looking here, it looks like there's deeper black here, but there's not. There's just like, you can actually see the circles here, but the detail is so much lost detail there. And I don't even want to talk about the angles. I don't want to make this really beat up on the Neo G8 monitor, because we understand its opportunities. It's going to be strongest in the center. So what you're seeing is the best representation out of the box with this. But I want to just be paramount with my execution and just talking about what you get if you go to QD-OLED. This monitor is going to open this up for a lot of people. I am a 5-time QD-OLED owner from a TV perspective, and so this makes my 6th ever panel to own. And I'm impressed so far with what I see, just comparing this. We did some Destiny play last night with the video we made prior to this, doing the initial impressions of the monitor on the right. And so I just wanted to follow through with some more of what I'm seeing here. All right, let's take flight to the Cosmodrome. We did this yesterday. We're just gonna run around, shoot a little bit, mess around with this. If you're skipping through, we got the Samsung Neo G8 on the left. Figure I'll give y'all some audio. looking good and gooder. Ah, man, look at them colors on that QD-OLED, baby. That turf. Again, both of these are just out the box. Whatever challenge I just completed, not sure of. Just want to coast through a little bit. Pike. Both feel butter fluid, man. Let me get up and look at an angle. Yeah, the colors are all the same, man. It's Wash City when you get on the G8. Go that angle shot. I mean, that's not even deep off to the angle either. Front. Swing over to that angle. All right, man, this is Destiny. Take a look at some God of War. You do get that pinkish tint, which is pretty common and consistent with OLEDs, QD-OLEDs. Everything's on custom, on high. Display, okay, we got 4K. Yeah, this game was either windowed or borderless. Let's see. No deep learning super sample, none of that type of stuff on. See if we can get opening sequence going. This thing. Let's go new game. Man, it's been a while since I played this, literally a year ago. In fact, the last time I messed around with this was when I got the Neo G8 last year. I was doing the video about its ultra wide functionality, which is a feature I think is really good for it. It looks good on both, man. Now, nothing look like an OLED though, man. It's not even a comparison. You know, the G8 Neo Mini LED on the left would have to be, it would have to be $700, man, $699 for it to make sense. Because for $200 more, you're getting the same size, you're getting better colors, you're getting better bright highlight details, Dolby Vision. You know what I'm saying? You got eARC on the monitor. It's ridiculous. Once again, these are both out of the box. Out of the box. And this QD-OLED looks the same in any angle. Again, both curved. There's a slightly deeper curvature, it looks like, on the left, but I can't be for sure. I can't remember if it's 1700R or not, you know. Didn't think to do the research on that beforehand, but yeah.
Found some.
God of War. All right, we got Robocop, Rogue City. That's what's on right now. We lagging up a little bit. What's going on? We got deep learning super sample on this thing. I'm not sure why, but you know what? We're gonna just let it rock. Not sure where I was at with this game.
It's Robocop! Surrender your weapons.
Nuke. Gotta get that nuke. All right, man, we're gonna get it cracking with some of this Batman. Let's play an opening sequence, fighting a little bit.
We're gonna cut off that mask, bitch! You don't stand a chance. We're gonna rip you apart. You're gonna be mine, Captain. Break your freaking skull, Cap.
Now that they're all taken care of, it's time to get what I came for out of that safe. Try and get one over on me, will you, Hart? I don't think so.
She got that SD card.
Get your filthy paws off that now.
Wake up, Mr. Wayne. We have much to discuss. Strange.
I think the pink is a little over exaggerated on the viewfinder.
This is Vicky Vale reporting live from Arkham City, the controversial super prison built right here in the heart of Gotham. In a few moments, Bruce Wayne will be live on stage to explain his sudden interest in Gotham politics. The infamous Playboy millionaire has never been one
He
to...
says Batman. He's a billionaire with a B. All right, we had to come with the Cyberpunk. No it's a big fan favorite from a perspective of like pushing graphics and such. Now, guys, keep in mind, this is just my second day of coverage, really making the time to play around with this QD-OLED on the right. These things both bright as hell. Just check out some settings. Run a benchmark. Let that do its thing. Yeah, it's the color and contrast for that OLED, man. It just looked too good. And don't get me wrong, they both look nice though, but man. And just knowing that your black levels are just perfect, you know, it's hard to pass it up, man. Damn, that look good. Yeah, man. All right, guys, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but wanted to put some comparison content together for these. Like I said, if you got some suggestions for some games, I might look into, you know, getting it downloaded and on my system. But man, listen, I'm really impressed. I'll tell you this. I really enjoyed the Neo G8 from last year at the price point of $1,500. I did not care. I seen the thing, was just like, oh my goodness, 4K 240, even though 4090 was still the thing last year. You know, it's you don't really buy into it for the 4K 240. You just buy into it for how versatile it is, because it can do ultra wide, so it can do the 21:9 aspect ratio to 16:9. Of course, 32-inch 4K mini LED. It's curved, so it promotes you sitting in the center, and when you sit in the center, it's radical, man. Now listen, you do have some opportunities where you can adjust the local dimming on the panel, and it does help with some of the blooming, but blooming is a thing nonetheless. This is a mini LED with a lot of zones, and so you're gonna have some washed out colors at an angle. It's always been a thing, guys. This was a thing back in 2014-15 when the curved Samsung JS9500 was going against the EG9600 OLED. I mean, those are both curved panels, and literally it's almost like looking at this and comparing the same, right? So even if you would have told me last year, hey man, there was going to be another panel coming out, it was going to be $300 cheaper and it's going to be better, I still would have got the G8, because it was just that dang good. Now, for $1,000 is about what you can get that for. I wouldn't pay it, not with this on the market. So for $200 more, you can get the same size, you can get better colors, you can get better blacks, you can get, in my opinion, a more aesthetically pleasing panel. You can get something that's going to have it's going to be glossy, so you don't have that matte finish. You know, I believe the matte finish on the Samsung, while it does reflect light pretty well, it does do it at a rate of costing you on some clarity and, you know, panel presentation from a quality perspective. The QD-OLED is just a step above the rest, man. And the curve is not so deep to where you feel like you're really missing out. You know, I know some of you guys I've seen in the comments say, hey man, I'm going to do the flat one. Hey, that's cool. Whatever, you know, whatever works for you. Me personally, I don't have a problem with a curved monitor. I might end up sitting the thing on my Combo 2009 arcade and just rocking it out there just because it does such a great job. But I've been enjoying this and I want to make some more content. I just want to know what you guys might be interested in seeing if there were to be more comparisons with these two. These were not bought for the purposes of comparison. This is literally me showing you a monitor I bought last year versus a monitor I bought this year. So some realistic content there. Let me know in the comment section what you thought. If you want to support the video, there are many ways you can do it. You can start by having a conversation. You can leave a thumb up. That shows some appreciation. You can share the video. Maybe it'll get out to somebody else. I'm trying to grow the channel, doing it organically. We're not buying subs. We're not buying views. We ain't doing none of that weird shit. And that's what we got. We're going to catch you on the next video. Peace, God bless, and as always say, man, max love.